Night Safari, 8:37 p.m. The last tour bus slowly drove past the Monkey Mountain. Most of the tourists had already left, with only a few still leaning against the windows, idly watching the animals they had seen countless times before. The tour guide's voice blared from the loudspeaker, mechanically reciting a text. The left side is Monkey Mountain. The right side is Bear Mountain. Please do not throw food out of the vehicle. And please do not open the windows. Chan sat in the last row by the window, clutching a crumpled ticket in his hand. The ticket was dated March 12, 2024. Today is March 12th. He entered the park at 9 in the morning and has been wandering around for a full 11 hours without leaving his seat. Because he's looking for someone. Last stop, Night Pavilion. The tour guide's voice rang out. Please take your belongings with you. We'll be at the Night Pavilion for 20 minutes. Chan was the last to get off the bus. He stood at the entrance of the nightclub, looking at the semi-transparent glass door. The light tubes on the door emitted a pale white light and hummed, as if something was fluttering its wings inside. The Night Pavilion was dark, with only a faint red light emanating from each exhibit, illuminating the animals huddled in the corners: meerkats, night monkeys, and bats. Their eyes reflected the red light, staring motionlessly at the visitors outside the glass. Chen Bei walked slowly along the exhibit area, examining each exhibit one by one. He walked to the end of the gate, where an iron gate stood with a sign that read, Exhibition Area 42. Under repair, temporarily closed. Chen Bei stared at the sign for a long time. Then he heard someone speak behind him. You're here to look for someone too. He turned around. A woman stood behind him, about his age, in her early 30s, with a very pale complexion and dark circles under her eyes. She wore a faded gray hoodie with a cartoon bear print on the hood. What? Chan asked. I can tell from your expression. You've been here all day, looking at every exhibit. But not the animals. You've been looking at something else. Chan didn't speak. I'm looking for someone too. The woman said, my brother. She paused, lowered her head and whispered, 12 years ago, he got lost in this very zoo. Exhibit 42, this door wasn't here yet. Chan felt nervous. What was Exhibit 42 before? The woman looked up at the iron gate. This used to be, I don't know what it was. My brother said he saw something and insisted on running over to see it. I ran after him and then he disappeared. He's not lost, she's not been abducted. She's simply gone. It's as if she never existed. Chan was silent for a moment, then pulled the crumpled ticket from his pocket. My wife, he said, 2 months ago. She came to this zoo for a company team building event, and then she never came back. The woman took the ticket, glanced at it, and handed it back to him. 2 months have passed, and you're still looking. Otherwise, Chan said, go home and wait. The woman didn't answer. She turned around, looked at the iron gate, and suddenly said, have you heard of room 42? The zoo staff have a rule. Every night after closing time, all the enclosures must be locked, and then the animals must be counted. But there's one rule when counting the animals. If you see a man in work clothes standing in Exhibit 42, don't look at his face, just walk away. Chan asked why. Because he has no face, the woman said. They say he's the tourist who got lost 12 years ago and somehow ended up as part of the zoo. Every night he appears in enclosure 42 and waves to passers-by. If you respond, he'll come out of his enclosure and walk towards you step by step. Do you believe? Said Chan. I don't know, the woman said, but I know my brother died here. For 12 years, I've come here every March 12th, just to see if he'll come back. Don't stay out too late tonight, she said without turning her head. I heard that the way he beckons, the closer he gets. Chan stood there, watching her figure disappear through the door. Time ticked by. At 9 o'clock sharp, the lights in the nightclub went out. Then he heard a sound. Click! It was the sound of the iron gate opening. Chen looked in the direction the sound came from.